Hi everybody, it's Jenny here from Tpas, and I just wanted to kind of quickly do this short video just to say hello and see that everybody is keeping safe and well. I really hope you are. We all are here at Tpas, well, Tpas not Towers, I suppose, at the moment, and we're all here ready to keep supporting you as best we can through these days. So it's lovely to talk to you all again. Just thought I'd give you a quick update really on what we're doing at Tpas to keep in touch and keep supporting our members and our clients across the sector. Our online forums in workplace continue to grow. We've got our online forum for tenants, one for staff, and they are proving really, really popular. Lots of conversations going on in there. Lots of ideas, how you are all supporting each other across the sector. So please do join them if you haven't already. And they're already kind of spawning ideas for webinars that both you yourselves are putting on and that we as Tpas will do for you as well. So take a look at that. We've moved to do our Easy Weekly now, just to make sure we're keeping you up to date. So that's full, as you would expect, of the good practice that we're seeing across the sector. The announcements that we're keeping on top of across others in the sector, so the regulator, the ombudsman, people like that, keep you updated on those things. But clearly we're trying to keep you updated as much as we can on the ever-changing policy landscape that's going on. And Claire Powell, our policy advisor, is doing a sterling job at keeping us up to date on that. We've instigated a series of member chats. So we're talking to our staff and tenants and contractors across the country that we work with, just to give you a flavour really of what other people are thinking and seeing and doing. So there's a few of those already on our website, but if you haven't seen those, or if you want to be a part of those and share what you're doing, please do get in touch with Ray at Tpas and we can make that happen. Myself, well, I'm sure like many of you, I'm spending a lot of time on Zoom calls. So in the last week or so, I've been on a couple of Zoom meetings with the regulator, hearing about their approach across the sector and way they are tackling and working with organisations and what they're doing to support people. Please do go take a look at their website. There's lots of announcements on there. I've had a chat with the ombudsman about how the service there continues to work and run. And I was part of a call last week through Echelon with over 70 different contractors and DLOs talking about repairs, gas servicing, access, procurement, all of those issues. And I talked a little bit about, what we were reflecting back, what we were hearing from tenants across the country about how they were feeling around all of those issues. We know we've got to create the time now to think about how we come out of this situation and how we deal with things like repairs backlogs and giving people the confidence to allow us back in their homes in due course when this situation eases a little bit. Again, one of my roles is to make sure I'm keeping in touch with people. So I'm keeping in touch regularly with the other chief execs from the other Tpases in Northern Ireland, in Scotland and in Wales. Again, it's just part of that reflecting what we're all doing, sharing good practice and making sure we're keeping the focus on engagement high across the sector through this time. And we've been busy finalising our behavioural insight report. So that was a pilot that I'm sure many of you are aware we instigated. That's coming to fruition. And we're looking forward to sharing that with you very soon. And interestingly, we're already starting to apply some of that learning and thinking in our consultancy projects that we're continuing to run. And talking of that, what are some of the work that we are continuing to do? Just thought you might be interested that the things that are still happening out there. Well, for example, we're still working with many of our clients. We're supporting a large provider in terms of mentoring and supporting their relatively new scrutiny panel. And we've just switched all of that support to online forums instead, using Zoom, using the chats that we're all now familiar with. So all that work can continue. So please don't feel it can't. We've moved quickly to do that. I know a lot of organisations are reviewing against our new engagement standards, and there's been a webinar on that just this very day with Michael Hill, talking about our standards. And it's a really good chance, if you've got the time, to have a look about where you think you are against those standards, and we can help you talk about that. We've got landlords going through our new accreditation, and again we've just switched the way we do that reality check-in to online, and that's going really, really well. I think we're also taking a really good hard look at what we're doing around in communities, and we're about to kick off a new pilot with Pete Davis, one of our associates, supporting staff about how they might look to support their communities in the future even more than they are doing. So keep an eye out for that pilot and the rollout of that programme of virtual action learning as we start to gear up for more of that. And then finally, I suppose I just kind of want to leave us with the question around engagement. I know many of you are out there busy, not only doing your own role, but doing other roles as well to support your tenants and communities, and that's absolutely right. I know many of you involved tenants are out there helping each other, helping your communities in food banks, just with phone calls, anything to help with isolation or loneliness, whatever it might be. But for any of you that have got a little bit of time and use this time for a bit of reflection, I'd just like to kind of pose the question really about, think about how you want your engagement to look in your organisation after this is kind of all over and starting to ease up. I know many of you are doing lots of good stuff, particularly around the National Housing Federations together with tenants work. It's time to keep thinking about that, and we can help with that. So if you need us, we're here. We're here to take your call. We're here to have a chat. We're here to have a virtual brew, which we've always wanted to do. But in the meantime, stay safe, everybody, and keep in touch. Thank you.